are here with another installment of Cougar Close-Ups. Today, our guest is wide receiver from your national championship, Saint Xavier Cougars, Shane Zackery. Shane, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
The first question I had is, you have a monster performance against Olivet Nazarene with 14 catches, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. You were named the BSN Football Player of the Week. What was that feeling like for you?
The feeling was great. Before the game, I was just really nervous. Last year, we had a great season, so coming into this game, I was really nervous. I talked to a few coaches, told them I was nervous. They said just go into the game confident. So I just went into the game confident. I just tried to step up and make plays at the right times. You know, Jimmy threw great passes. You know, the offensive line gave him time to make those passes. I had great blocking. Cole Midget had 2 great blocks on 2 of my touchdowns. So it was just a team effort. I couldn't do it without the team. So.
Okay. What would you say was the most exciting moment for you winning the NAIA championship?
The most exciting moment winning the championship is just overcoming that hump. That was the 3rd year. That was my 3rd year being here, and just having the ability to get over that semifinal win over Marion, and then getting to the championship was a great overcome. But getting there, we just wanted to win the championship. So winning the championship was great, and just getting over that obstacle, getting over that hump to win that game.
How long did it take for you before it set in that you guys had won?
It didn't set in until probably when we got back to school the next day. Like, I finally realized that, like, the football season was over. There was no games that we were in national championships, and we finally went away with the season with a win. So it was a great feeling.
Okay. What drew you into the game of football?
I had to say my father. Growing up, I was 6 years old when I started playing tackle football. He was the head coach of the Little League team. And I couldn't play until I was 8, but I was just so eager to get onto the field. So my dad, snuck me equipment. He snuck me into practice. When the director of the whole thing wasn't watching, he would, let me get a player here. So that's just what drew me into the game of football.
Is there anyone in the NFL that you model your game after?
There's 2 people. Right now, like present day, it will have to be Victor Cruz. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm a huge Victor Cruz fan. I just like the way, like how he came from a small school, he overcame adversity, how he just makes big plays. He's not the biggest receiver, but he just makes big plays. But if I have to say somebody all time I'm out of my game after, it would have to be Chris Carter. Chris Carter is a great athlete. He had really great hands, great routes. He was only like 5'10", 5'11", but he just played like he was 6'4", 6'5". So.
Who has been the toughest coach for you to date?
The toughest coach to me today would probably have to be my dad. Growing up, I had, so much to feel. Being a coach's son, it was hard at times. He would get on me because he expected so much out of me. I remember when I was 8 years old, and I was like the only 8-year-old starting on the 8, 9, and 10-year-old team, and he would just always get on me, and I just was like, Dad, I'm 8 years old, I'm playing against all these 10-year-old guys, and he was just like, well, I want you to be the best player you possibly can be. So I would say my dad was probably.
Who is one person that you can think of that you would love to meet one day?
That I would love to meet one day? It would be Jerry Rice. I'm a huge Jerry Rice fan. I just love his work ethic. I just wish I can just sit down for 5 minutes to talk to Jerry Rice about like how he was so great in the NFL, how he wasn't the biggest receiver. He only weighed 175 pounds, but like how was he so great? How did he, get up every day after taking big hits? How did he get away from safeties and corners? He wasn't the fastest player, but I just want to know like how he did it all and like just share his work ethic with him.
Do you have any favorite quotes that you can think of?
I wouldn't say a quote. I have a favorite Bible verse that I read before every game. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. That's also another thing that motivates me. When I'm down, when I'm hurting, when I don't think I can do this play, like I always, quote that Bible verse in my head and just remember, like I have the strength to do whatever I can, at this time.
Awesome. What is a sport that you've never played before that you'd like to get into?
Golf. I mess around at the driving range, but golf would be a sport that I would love to get into, something to master, so I can go out with my friends, co-workers or something like that, and just have a great time.
Cool. Would you rather be rich or famous?
That's a good question. Probably rich. I'm not the type. I'm the famous type. I don't like the, like all that publicity. I don't like taking pictures, so I wouldn't like the paparazzis and stuff. I'm just like to stay to myself. So.
Okay. And then the last question I have is, fill in the blank for me. I'm a blank and proud of it.
I'm a Cougar and proud of it. There you go.
Okay. Thanks, Shane, for your time.
Thanks for having me.